Yes, guys, welcome back to ShootOut. The road to Budapest 2026, Eunice.
Up the Budapest.
The Champions League is getting to that fun part now, isn't it? Knockout football. You said you wanted knockout football. You were bored of the group stage, I remember. You told me this.
Yeah, although it's been, weirdly enough, it's been a fun league phase, hasn't it?
I love it.
/ playoffs.
I love
We've
it.
got playoffs.
I love it. The only thing I find weird to get used to is how we had Christmas and then it isn't straight into Champions League knockouts. You just had them lingering games.
Yeah.
Back in January. That was Napoli away. So we can have that again if we're going to... Chelsea are going to win them at least. But I've got the draw in front of me. And I've got 6 English teams.
Up the England.
Out of 16.
Italy, how you doing? Not very good.
They're struggling
They
big
are
time.
struggling, man.
So we should go through a little bit of what's happened in the playoffs because, well, Newcastle sent Carabag
Back to the carrier bags.
back to the carrier bags.
Yes.
PSG stumbled through, but they did go through. They beat Monaco 5-4
Yeah.
on aggregate.
Too much caviar.
Absolutely too much caviar. And then we've also got Atalanta turning it around and smashing Dortmund up 4-1. That's a tough place to go, apparently.
Although, can I say, Dortmund goalkeeper, are you high or something like? Did you see that?
I did.
That death pass, as far as I'm concerned. If that was my goalkeeper, I'd be asking for him to be sold.
Sensational.
And I like that goalkeeper.
Yeah, but Chelsea wanted him at one point.
I know,
didn't they?
yeah. Well, yeah, allegedly.
I never wanted him. Just saying. 98th minute, though.
Yeah.
Like, these playoff rounds have kind of just added an extra dimension and layer of drama, which is just cool. Like, the Champions League just is the best, isn't it?
I mean, there's shocks like Bodo Glimt.
Mate, I think we need to start respecting them. I've had messages from people who are like Norwegian duo Chelsea fans. They're like, hang on, Benson, you've been horrible to this lot. I'm like, they're good.
Mate, they can win it.
They actually could.
It's gonna sound hilarious. They actually could. Look at who they've beaten, who they've knocked out.
Yeah.
They've beaten City. They've knocked out Inter Milan.
Beaten Atletico.
They've beaten Atletico. Why not?
And it's that bloke, mate.
Yeah.
Jens Petter Hauge. Every time we talk about him, he scores. I'll say one thing, though, that might go against them, and they might get smashed up in the round of 16, is it's not going to be as cold when these games play.
Fair enough.
Which makes that away fixture like, you know, you go into the Arctic Circle, mate. You know, aliens have probably been there. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's weird voodoo stuff probably going on.
Well, it's funny that we're at a point where we're looking at a team and their disadvantage is that it's not cold enough.
Bodo Glimt, mate.
They got Bodo Glimt.
You better get instead of get portable ACs, they're going to put portable air cons on the side of the pitch just to cool the air down a little bit more. But Leverkusen also went through.
Yep. Let's
take a little look now at what happened. Real Madrid beat Benfica as well, which we should probably just mention.
Yes.
To be expected. I've got a horrible stat to tell you. You probably know
before you mention it, kind of poetic for the way that it was going. I was actually thinking, oh my God, Benfica might actually do something after they went 1-0 up. I'm like, no way. You know, imagine after everything, Benfica actually do this.
Yeah.
And then it ends with a Vinicius goal and a Vinicius corner flag celebration, and that's kind of poetic.
Can we say the history of Real Madrid?
It's the history of the Galacticos.
Correct. But Jose Mourinho, mate, 10 knockout games in a row.
I've seen
that he's not gone through.
I've seen, and that's since his last Chelsea knockout Champions League fixture
12 years ago.
After that, every time,
that's actually really sad.
Yeah,
personally,
it is.
But we do have a potential draw here in front of us.
We do.
That we will put up on the screen for you lot to see right now.
The draw will be taking place Friday afternoon or morning.
Morning European time.
Yes, morning European time.
So, let's go through the English teams, I think, because that's where we've kind of centred our Champions League content on ShootOut. And the first team I see is Chelsea.
Yes.
So we can start with us, because we went through automatically, which was supposed to be like this blessing, which was a blessing that we didn't have these 2 fixtures coming up, knowing how we don't like congested fixture schedules for Chelsea Football Club.
Yeah.
But as a result of doing so well, we've got the chance to play PSG or Newcastle.
Yeah.
Which for me, I don't. People are so hell bent on the fact we beat PSG 3-0 means we're better than them and we'll beat them. It's a horrible potential tie.
But I don't like either of them.
No, me neither. Newcastle away, mate.
In fact, this is going to sound mad. I don't like either of them, but I really don't want Newcastle.
Tell me why.
St. James's Park.
It does sound horrific, doesn't it?
It's just we're not built for it. I don't want that life.
Do you know what I think the problem with Newcastle is? I think they've kind of just like committed to the Champions League this season.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
They're amazing.
Yeah, in Europe they're great.
Even the first they were 2-0 up in 6 minutes against Karabakh, then they kind of like let their foot off the gas a little bit. I don't think they'd do that, and I actually can envisage what can happen for Chelsea now. And I hate the fact that I'm saying this, but it'll probably happen if we draw Newcastle. We will go to the away game trying not to lose, and as a result of that, we'll get bad.
Yeah.
Because we don't know how to hold on to anything.
And now imagine having to do that over 2 legs. Not just 190 minutes, 290 minutes. That's what concerns me. This is why I want to avoid Newcastle more.
I totally agree with you.
Because of that concept, yeah.
I would rather play PSG.
I'd rather play PSG.
Purely because I think over 2 legs, we'd be able to contain them better.
I also think psychologically, they're probably going, oh, them again, crap. Even though I don't think they should to an extent, but they will.
Luis Enrique's been very
humble,
boyish.
Yeah,
he's like, I want Chelsea. No, you don't.
No,
I think any good team would want Barcelona personally.
Well, he did mention about how he's excited to either play Barca or Chelsea because he's played both.
He's going to say that.
He knows both.
He does
well. So be interesting.
I think PSG Barcelona would be an unreal tie.
Yeah, it would.
Because I think we set the framework for how to play against Barcelona this season in the Champions League. And I think PSG could do that on steroids, potentially. But then Barcelona's attack is so good and PSG are quite leaky.
At the moment, they are. This is what I was going to say. PSG at the moment are looking not as efficient. But I guess you could say they've been down the same path as we have in terms of scheduling and even injuries. But they've got quality. So you just don't know. If PSG really want to switch it on, they probably could and destroy probably anybody. But are they going to, as you said, they have been leaky.
But we're saying we want PSG over Newcastle.
Over 2 legs, absolutely. Personally, I would rather at least have a psychological factor in there and have PSG maybe, on the off chance, a little bit concerned and a little bit, crap, them again, rather than going to flip it. No, I don't want to go to St. James's Park, man. We're not ready for it. Well, I know for a fact, Chelsea right now, we're not ready for that life, which is not. Newcastle will literally be, I think, come push to shove, they'll be ready to die on the pitch that day.
100% they would.
I don't want to play them.
I don't think we've got that in us.
We ain't got, exactly. We used to. We don't. Not now.
Unfortunately. But for Newcastle also, we play that. If we do draw Newcastle tomorrow, we'll play them 3 times in 7 days.
I know.
Which I think that's the only thing that I think could help us in some weird way, because 2 of those would be at Stamford Bridge. But then again, why am I sitting here saying, 2 of those games are at Stamford Bridge? We don't win there either.
Our home form's brilliant. I know. And this is why, on the back of how poor our home form has been, and then just the one away day that you don't want to go to, combine all of that, no, I want to avoid.
Okay.
Leave Newcastle away, please.
We're choosing PSG.
PSG all day long.
Let's go on to Liverpool, who can play Atletico Madrid or Galatasaray. And it's the same for Tottenham. So Tottenham or Liverpool will play Galatasaray or Atletico. If I was Tottenham, I'd want Atletico.
But if I was Tottenham, I'd be getting ready to stop watching Champions League. It's the end of the road for them, mate.
It's going to take a monumental something to change this narrative 100%. On this channel, to be honest. Something absolutely absurd will have to happen between just any time now for Spurs to get any praise here.
I mean, no, let's be realistic here. Tottenham will either have to play Simeone's Atletico. I mean, unless if he's gone soft, there's no way he loses to Spurs. Or Galatasaray. What? Tottenham are going to stop Osimhen and the way that
Haven't they
Galatasaray
beaten them already this season?
Who?
Tottenham. Did Tottenham play Galatasaray yet this season? I feel like they did. I might be absolutely wrong with that.
You might need to
let me Google
there,
this
mate.
and just prove myself wrong because they probably didn't. Now I've said that.
Yeah,
But I actually,
I hope they didn't.
I genuinely. Why? So I look like a mug. Yeah, no, okay. They
Yeah,
lost,
okay,
they
great.
lost 3-2 in November 24. So it was the season before. So
Oh, well,
not the worst shout ever.
there we are. Same
Still
difference.
quite bad.
Same difference, isn't it?
I just think Tottenham would crumble there.
Yeah, I think so.
Whereas against Atletico, I think they might.
Tactically, you'd give them a shout because Atletico are going to be defensive and try and don't get through. But will Tottenham get through?
Tottenham have got
Now?
the same problem as us. They can't win at home. They can't. Well, they can't win,
They can't win.
but they can't. They certainly can't win at home. So having the home leg in the second leg probably doesn't benefit them really either.
This is where it gets tough. I think when you look at the league phase, Tottenham were getting away with things there because, again, we've spoken about this on here in terms of the Premier League teams having their way against teams that are not as good as some of the best teams in the competition.
Yeah.
But even structurally, tactically, they're too exposed, they're too open. Tottenham have enough to get through. Now they're playing big boys or they're playing teams of a caliber. I don't think Tottenham get through.
It was Liverpool that have played Galatasaray this season.
There we
And
are.
guess who scored? Victor Osimhen. Guess who scored against Tottenham in 24? Victor Osimhen. Guess who scored for Galatasaray against Juventus last night?
Victor Osimhen.
Victor Osimhen.
Big up Osimhen.
He's unbelievable, man.
Striker.
Like, he'll never play for Chelsea, but I will always forever wish he did.
2 million %.
And for whatever reason, I will keep talking about him just in
Always.
case. Just in case.
We've got the thumbnails ready for a news video in case that rumour pops up
I've
again.
got 100 saved up in my little archive documentary book, mate, of videos. But I think Liverpool will beat both, personally, over 2 legs now. I think they've kind of turned a little corner. I think they'll
Do you
probably
reckon?
Yes. I think Liverpool, could go far still here. Although, they could... Wow. This draw is actually so
No, this draw's
interesting.
nuts. This draw is nuts.
I'm just looking at it now and it's all coming to my head.
Yeah, if you realise
we
what the
could
quarter
play
final might
Liverpool
be. Yeah, I
if
know.
we beat PSG. Or we could face Atletico or Tottenham or Liverpool. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Mad. Absolutely bonkers.
And the same can be said here for PSG, Barcelona, Newcastle. This is going to be pretty nuts. With Liverpool, I don't know why, results, in terms of results, they've gotten themselves a bit of stability. Performance-wise, not really.
No, but I think that will come.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think Liverpool going to go on a little end of season surge.
I think they're just going to keep stumbling.
I hope so.
I mean stumbling, not necessarily in terms of just of losing games, but stumbling across. Even if they do win, it's just going to be a bit of a drag. Do you know what I mean? Each and every game, it's they're not great, but they picked up a little result, and then they probably lose, and then they pick up another result, and it's just stumbling across the line. I think Liverpool, weirdly enough, they can beat Atletico. They can also beat Galatasaray. But they can lose either of them.
Cheers, Eunice.
They can. I don't look at Liverpool and go outright, you're beating both of them.
Oh, it won't be easy, for sure. They've
No.
already lost to Galatasaray 5 months ago. But let's go now to Man City because, and this is where we can talk a bit more about Bodo Glimt, because Man City's opponents will either be Real Madrid or Bodo Glimt, which is, I would say, the two ends of the spectrum of
The two extremes.
the biggest and the minnows. But no disrespect to the minnows. But City, I think, would just beat them.
What, Bodo Glimt?
Yeah. How can I, apart from buying into this lovely, beautiful story of what could be, I'm seeing Ajax comparisons, 2019 Ajax,
Yes.
which does make sense.
It makes sense.
But, mate, the Arctic Circle is going to be warmer. I literally, I stand by this point. And if Bodo Glimt get battered at home, I am right.
Bloody hell, Bodo Glimt's arch nemesis is rising temperatures.
But they play amazing football, to be fair.
They do.
Like, really, really
They
good.
actually do.
All jokes aside.
And you know what? I think their gaffer should be in for a shout of, let's say, the Palace job.
How old is he?
I don't know.
Because he could take over a senior at some point.
Okay, let's,
Joking.
I mean, at this point, yeah, why not?
If he's under the age of 40...
we've gone so far into that direction, we might as well entertain it now. But Bodo, yeah, you're right. Real Madrid and Bodo Glimt are, okay, Real Madrid, on paper, you could say the hardest team in the competition, the most prestigious team in the competition. You don't get bigger. Bodo Glimt, on paper, should be a walk in the park, but right now, on form, one of the hardest teams in the competition. So it's not going to be easy either way. I
mean, they beat Inter twice.
They did.
That is not an easy thing to do.
They've had a really good run overall. Actually, talking about Bodo Glimt, they've played City before.
Didn't they?
We mentioned them.
Yeah, they did quite well. It was a draw,
they beat them.
They beat them? I thought it was 2-2. Let me look.
Have a look.
I keep getting all of these things wrong today, so I think it was 2-2.
We're having a jumble, like 8 million results in our heads.
Bodo Glimt versus... I also
Man
can't type
City.
at like a weird angle like this. They did beat them 3-1.
There we are.
Literally,
that was recently.
It was a month ago.
Yeah.
I'm actually not there.
See?
My football knowledge is not there.
Imagine,
people are going to love that in the comments.
But then again, depends how cold it was at that time.
Middle of January. Now, I'm literally purely saying this because I know that I've triggered a lot of people already, so I kind of want to just keep doing it.
Okay, fair enough.
But real respect. They're a great team to watch. They're blistering on the counter-attack. They don't control and dominate games, but they contain games. They frustrate teams, and they're very hard to play against. And they've got quality.
Yeah, 100%.
So Man City, I think, will probably want to face Bodo Glimt.
I mean, on paper, yeah. If you have to choose between Madrid and Bodo Glimt.
Yeah.
Although, I will say...
I think they beat both.
Me too.
I think Real Madrid.
I was just about to say, even Real Madrid, they're not. On paper, yeah, but they're not. I think City, when push comes to shoves, beats Real Madrid.
Arsenal will play Atalanta or Leverkusen, which conveniently is just, well done. Congratulations.
Such an Arsenal fixture in it.
They did win the league. To be fair to them, they've earned the right, I would say,
that
to
is
have
true.
These fixtures.
That is true.
As much as we want to, make a little comment about it, they did the best.
Well, and to be fair, if they get to the quarterfinal, which they more than likely will, they will play either Real Madrid, Man City, or Bodo Glimt, or Sporting Lisbon for that matter, but we don't know.
The path is paved, one could say.
I mean, yes, it's going to get difficult for Arsenal one way or another.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, how crazy would it be? Quarterfinal, Arsenal City. At the same time, when it's Arsenal City in the league, Arsenal City in the Carabao Cup, it'd probably be Arsenal City in the FA Cup at some point.
I'll be real with you. That's the only way Arsenal don't make the final, in my opinion.
I agree.
The only way Arsenal don't make it to the final...
Over two legs, yeah, I agree.
...is if Man City can beat them. I think, well, based off of... If Chelsea play Arsenal in the semis, I think we've got a problem. How can I not say that? We haven't beaten them for flipping years.
Yeah, easily.
So, I think PSG would get smashed by this Arsenal team. I think Barcelona will get eaten by this Arsenal team. And Real Madrid. I think Man City are the only team that can stop Arsenal winning it this year. Or Bayern Munich.
Just because of history.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah.
But that would have to be the final, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
exactly.
Dearie me. Let us know your thoughts on the Champions League draw. I am sticking with Arsenal to win it.
Nah, no way.
No?
I'm gonna say City.
You think City are going to win the Champions League?
I'm gonna say City.
I don't think they're good enough.
I think they'll go all the way. When it comes to really dealing with two legs and then going all the way and dealing with that pressure, I think City are the best suited.
I think because the Etihad is half empty all the time, they won't have the atmosphere, mate. They don't have the facilities for it.
But Bodo Glimt will go all the way because they're going to find some cold from somewhere.
If we get an Arctic, what is it? One of those vortex. If we have a late March vortex, who knows? That then elongates into April. Polar vortex, that's the one. If we get one of them, Bodo Glimt's going to win the Champions League. If we don't, sorry, it's over.
Search for that on Wikipedia.
Let us know in the comments who you think is going to win the Champions League. And if you're a Chelsea fan or any fan of an English club, you look at your team, who can you play? Let us know who you want to play in the round of 16. We'll see you all later.